All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you guys so much for being so on time this morning. Welcome back from the weekend. Hope all of you had a wonderful weekend yourselves. But let's look forward to an exciting week. We have Member Appreciation Party coming up this Thursday, so today is going to be all about discussing what your game plan is going to be and a few different reminders as well for you spa directors out there just looking to sort of get the ideas and tips that need to get your creative juices flowing in those spas so you can get back on the horse and get back at it, because we do only have a little over 1 week left of April, and you guys are doing pretty good so far. We're noticing that the 20 days for $20 have been really helpful with you guys in aiding and bringing in some mem cash. Let's not forget what the purpose of that is, though. That's a buyback opportunity. So for those of you who have noticed you've seen so many people taking advantage of those 20 days for $20, sort of make it a point to talk to your staff today when you go over some of these different ideas and tips you get from this call and this webinar. Talk to them about the importance of getting a buyback opportunity discussion created or started, and role play with them. Show them how to approach these different conversations with a tell, show, do training pretty quickly. And for those who maybe already finished their 20 days for whatever reason, maybe they aren't finished their 20 days, but they just kind of let it go rogue and they just never came back. Remember that outreach is always helpful as well, because those who are top stores are proactive stores. So just because they're not coming in doesn't mean that they're not an option to reach out to and discuss the buyback opportunity as well that way. So let's go ahead, let's get started. As you see here, if you joined in on the webinar, which hopefully you guys are, because it's been so incredibly helpful for many of you out there, don't hate Monday, make Monday hate you, right? What does that mean? Well, we don't want Monday to control us. That's part of the reason why we're on this call. So if you need to get the motivation, we're going to kick this call off with getting that to you. Saw this and thought of each and every one of you, because you're all amazing, you're all rock stars, but we all still need a little bit of boost on a Monday, especially. I know I do. So don't let what you can't interfere with dictate what you can do. This is a great message that I've found to be very beneficial for those of you who tend to have a lot on your plate. So in other words, what it means is put your all into the things you can control and make things happen and make the changes necessary. If you have a lot of roadblocks, if you have a lot of obstacles that you're facing in the spa and you're just trying to stay afloat and not drown with all of those duties, and maybe you have a lot of things in your way, standing in your way for you hitting or exceeding any of the goals that you put forth for yourselves for April, for the quarter, for the year, don't worry and focus and dwell any negative energies toward what you cannot control. So what does that mean? That means actually having to sit back and assess what your SWOTs are. Your SWOTs meaning an acronym of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Well, we all know that strengths and weaknesses are our variables we can control. What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? But what are the opportunities and what are the threats? Because those are variables that you want to list that are opportunities, are things that you actually can control. That what are opportunities that you could take advantage of, and list those out. Threats are more so the things you can't control. Threats like there's construction going on in front of the store. How am I going to alleviate that? How am I going to be able to drive in guest traffic when nobody wants to pull into the strip mall? Well, what are some solutions that you can come up with at that point? Like phone sales. We can put a lot of focus on marketing. Maybe do a deep cleaning of the store, right? A spa party, or not a spa party, a cleanup party for the staff. It could be useful of your time in the store. But either way, the motivation that you guys need for this week, that you guys need to bring back to your team and get them all focused and dwell on the positives, is to tell them, don't worry about the things you can't control. Let's talk about what we can, and how can we drive in the most revenue and the most guest traffic from the things that we actually do have in our control, in our hands. Don't let the negativity of what you can't do to fix things bring down the entire morale of your entire team, because it's going to reflect in your numbers for April, and nobody wants that, right? So put your all into the things you can control and let's make it happen. So let's start this off. As most of you have already seen from the Facebook post, you probably already saw the corporate page post it, but make sure that you're sharing all of these Monday Motivation hashtags that have your Planet Beach logo / brand on them. It's always so exciting when you see other people share this that may or may not even be members or followers of your Facebook page. But be sure that you cover all of your social media because you want your members to be able to share this. Now, this week specifically, for some reason, I saw that they had two, which is exciting. Anything more than one of anything to help with marketing is great, right? So you could either do your choice of one or the other. Preferably, I like what is done in love is done well. I love that one because that just shows like it's providing passion. If you have a passion for it, then you can do it. That kind of sort more so is for you guys out there in the field. In the spa is not so much for your members. Your members might appreciate the other one. You're allowed to scream, you're allowed to cry, just don't give up, right? So share one or the other, share both, whatever you like, but please just be sure to share. And it was also in your newsletter as well, at the very top of the newsletter, so you can actually go straight there to right-click, save the image to your desktop to repost also. So something we're going to start incorporating from now until convention, where you guys are very well aware of the red appointment contest that we kicked off last fall, where we put in place the red appointments dashboard so you can see the breakdown and everybody that's, kicking butt, taking names in the stores. I thought it would be exciting to sort of provide an update of these top locations. I did pull these statistics directly from our red appointments reporting in Spa Central. So it is a screenshot of it, but I wanted to just give a little shout out for these top performers because yes, it's not going to be the top 15 company leaders, but I just wanted to provide to you what the top 15 were looking like, who's neck and neck with each other, and just to keep that momentum going and just know that now starts that countdown. We're a little less than 3 months away from convention, so it's getting sort of closer and closer. We're getting pumped and excited over here, and we just can't wait to see who's going to win this contest and who all is going to be getting that cruise, right? So as you see here on your screen, you see that the leaders, Gulfport, Mississippi, as it goes through Covington, LA 75. We have Uptown New Orleans, which is LA 1, Tennessee 21, Bearden, Tennessee. We have Old Metairie at LA 19, Luling, LA 57, Hastings, Minnesota 36, Turkey Creek, Tennessee, which is owned by the same franchisee out in Tennessee that was just recently listed here. Briar Creek in North Carolina, Clinton, Utah. We have Ohio 7, which is in Polaris. That is our Columbus first LA Fitness location. Good job, you guys. Manhattan, Kansas 1, Sarah Rausch and Company. LA, our West LA store, you guys rock out there. You're such great brand ambassadors. They were actually the ones that did the entire brand awareness campaign for our entire company that we all owe a huge thank you to. Kelly and Cool out in West LA who got us a hookup with a shout out and a bunch of leads that came through from the TV show The Real. So that was exciting. That's that location. And then Pinecrest, Florida, and Banner Center, which is Spokane, Washington, way up there in the Northwest. Kudos to you guys. Keep pushing it. Keep yourselves going. Keep the momentum going. You guys can totally get up here if you haven't heard your name or seen your name here on the list. You still have an opportunity to win, so make sure you do everything and anything in your power to climb up there and win that cruise for your team and your entire spa. We're going to tie in how you can definitely get 50 red appointments here coming up soon for Thursday as well, so that could help boost your numbers in that rankings list to where you could potentially see your name in there next week. But just as a reminder, our product of the week is PB Clean Energy. Wanted to knock that out and get that out of the way so you guys were well aware of it. Please be sure that you're advertising this in your stores because you guys all know how addicting this stuff is among yourselves and your team and your spa. When you come to franchisee school, the entire corporate office is addicted to this stuff. So please be sure that you're giving those testimonials to everybody to help with highlighting this product of the week because it is an amazing product. Now let's get into the good stuff. I hope that you're excited. I hope you have a pen and paper. Hopefully you're watching, you're paying close attention because we got some really good ideas. But member appreciation parties this Thursday, April 28th. What is your plan? If you do not have one, if you don't have one put together, that's okay. But as of tomorrow, you should get a slap on the wrist and shame on you because it's Monday. We know that it's slow and it's hard to get in your groove, right? Which is why you joined this call to get that momentum and creativity going. So let's go ahead and help you out there. What do you need? You need 50 red appointments. Now, I want you guys to stop and take a second to hear me out on this, because so many of you are like, yeah, right, what are you on? What kind of drugs are you taking to think that you can get 50 red appointments in one day? We struggle getting 5, right? So for those of you who feel like you're skeptical, maybe you are not sold yourself on the concept that you can get 50 red appointments, your first step before even seeing how I'm about to tell you how you could generate 50 reds is to back up, and we need to identify that problem off the bat, that the real issue is that you are not sold yourself on the fact that you can get it, therefore you won't. So don't follow the step-by-step procedures that you're going to hear in about 2 seconds on how easy it is to get 50 reds in a store if you don't believe that you can do it or your team can do it yourself. So for those of you who do believe this, who actually want to hear some guidance and want to hear the tips on how you can get 50 red appointments booked on Member Appreciation Party Day coming up here on Thursday, first steps first is divide and designate. What do we mean? Counting today, you actually have 3 full days of being open and operating from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. or, whatever you guys are currently open and operating as. But you have 3 full days to get 50 reds on the books for Thursday itself, right? So let's use the example that you have 3 people that come in and out and rotate shifts today through Wednesday. So you have an opener, a mid-shifter, and you have a closer. Maybe you don't have 3 people and you just have an opener and a closer, but you have that bed cleaner, that room attendant, that phone consultant coming in for, the busier hours of the day, like 3 to 7. Designate them and make them accountable too, and always put an incentive in place for them to want to do so. So don't just say, hey, listen, you're taking on some tasks. Say, hey, listen, I know this isn't your job specifically, but if you jump in and you do the same steps and you book X amount of red appointments here, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw an extra $25, $50 on your paycheck for this pay period if you manage to pull out these reds that actually show up. So that's just a little advice for those of you who don't have 3 people rotating and it's just 2. But consider this: if you do have 3 people opening, mid-shift, and close today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, that's 9 total shifts until you open up on Member Appreciation Party Day. Now take that number 50 on Thursday and divide that by those 9 shifts. And what do you get? That's it, people. 6 red appointments per shift person to book starting right now. So if you're the opener right now in the spa and you have somebody coming in halfway through the day and somebody coming in to close, if you book 6 red appointments for this coming Thursday and that's it, and you follow it, and you delegate that to make sure each consultant coming in for these same exact shifts understands they're responsible for booking at least those 6 for this Thursday's map, that's simple. That's not as difficult, and it's not as intimidating as when you hear that impact of, whoa, 50 red appointments, there's no way possible. But starting now, if you started and you get your eggs in a row and you get your ducks in a row and you do all of this stuff, you're going to be able to pull off 50 reds with no problem. Now, for many of you who have gotten the training to say, well, wait a minute, Danielle, you're only supposed to book red appointments either the same day or the day after to make sure that the show rate is 90% and 60%, right? Well, you're right, except for when it comes to MAP. It's okay to book outside of the day after the day you're reaching out, just because of the excitement that member appreciation is bringing, because you're not the only game in your spa as far as what type of specials and promotions are going to be happening. You should be calling your business-to-business partners, and you should be asking them to come in and highlight or showcase specific products and services at a discounted rate to your members only, exclusively on that day. You should be offering specific games, enter to wins, pulling for enter to wins earlier on in the month to announce winners of things that people have entered to win for earlier on a few weeks back. You should have all these exciting things, games. What games are you going to have at your spa? So it's more exciting, and it's going to keep the excitement more so for people to show up further than a day out. So keep that in mind. It is okay to book starting today for Thursday's map party. But just make sure that you're calling and texting and sending emails or whatever you guys have in place to confirm those appointments on that day, because we don't want them to forget about it. Also, this doesn't include their daily reds expectations for that day. So when you're telling them 6 reds per shift to book, so if I'm the opener for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, I need to book those 6 reds before I clock out, but I also am responsible for today's reds based on what that dashboards reading to me, right, and spot intel. So that's important too for me to know. Of the 12 reds that we're supposed to book today, based on my 6 hours worked, I'm responsible for an additional 6. Now that might seem a little bit more intimidating, but still, it is not. 12 reds to book individually per shift is not hard. And if you have at least 12 people coming in for appointments on your books, members, you could definitely get that without even having to pick up one phone to try and find business partners that can give you some leads and names, right? So just make sure that you keep that in mind. Don't get off track for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday because of your focus on Thursday. We want to keep the momentum going, remember? So now we need to make it simple, show them that they can do it, right? What we want to do is also market internally. And how we want to do that is, first and foremost, before you do anything, if you're following the marketing calendar, today you should have been creating a email template to blast out tomorrow, and this should be incorporated in it because we always want a call to action or lead capture space in anything that we're marketing out. That way we can sort of control the outcome of what's happening. But how we're going to generate those 50 names and numbers we're going to create a Google form first and foremost in your Gmail account, and make sure that you get this link and you set that up and ready to go first. You're going to do your email blast to your database tomorrow with the following information. Some type of come to our appreciation party. Don't specify it just to members if you're blasting out to people that are your entire database, because that could deter them from reading the rest of it when they know they're not an EFT member with you. They may not take a look at the rest of it. So just kind of say, we appreciate you, come to our party, you're invited, some type of Evite style email. Incorporate in that who of your B2Bs will be in the spot at what times, offering sales, discounts, freebies, something for them to take advantage of. This is a really great opportunity for you to remember your B2Bs for more than just when I need you, right? That's going to offer a really healthy and really stable relationship that you're establishing and keeping with these businesses. So later on next month, whenever you need some names and numbers, you can pick up the phone randomly and say, hey, listen, can I pop in there for 2 hours and allow your customers to enter to win? They'll be more inclined to say yes because they'll appreciate you offering this opportunity to them. Not to mention your with them it's something else other than, hey, come in, fire sales, 50% off, this off, and you're not just soliciting the people in your database just whenever you need them to come in and spend money. So they're going to see that and think, wow, this really is an appreciation party. They're offering me opportunities to save money on other things as well, not just to come in and for me to give them my money, right? So these are all things you have to remember whenever you're doing anything involving trying to drive in revenue from the marketing tactics you're doing. Your specials and specific offerings, obviously, you want to list that in bullet point format, folks. Don't be too wordy. If you're too wordy and if it's paragraph style, you're going to lose all of your people that are trying to read that. They're going to click unsubscribe, and when you finally get on board and know how to actually do this effectively, it'll be too late. They won't see your emails. So please be sure that you are leaving it in bullet point format and offer what it is your offers are. Are you BOGOing? Are you offering specials on your discounts? And we're going to go through some examples for you guys here in just a second for you to get the ideas in case you don't have any and you got on this call to get some. Obviously, link the Google form created for a lead capture call to action. Always, 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 always. That's so important. Don't ever send anything out via email, text blast, whatever, digital marketing without a way or a place for them to click on and enter their information or information for somebody else. And always incorporate a little asterisk or a little blurb somewhere at the top or bottom. I recommend the top that says, share this, forward this to a friend for an incentive. In other words, maybe you want to give them 5 additional spa bucks or a $5 credit towards their next purchase if somebody comes in and says that you shared this email or forwarded this email or whatever the case might be. But that's actually heightening your chances for it to be seen and get rotated among the digital marketing world. So that's important as well. Do everything you did today for your email blast that you have set to go out tomorrow. Create it and get it ready to go out for Wednesday tomorrow for a text message blast as well. Now let's talk about external marketing ideas on how we can get 50 reds. Throw together a product bundle of items in a nicely packaged bundle to showcase and bring it to your neighboring B2Bs, or if they're not a B2B partner, no biggie. They may not have to be. Just kind of go next door if you're in a strip mall and you have very busy businesses nearby, and just ask them, just sort of say, hey, we're raffling this off. You're more than welcome to win. Also, just for letting me leave this up here for this week, to raffle off to your customers, we want to offer you a week of unlimited spa membership for you and your entire team, just to make sure that they'll do it, right? You want to incentivize them to leave that sitting out if you aren't already B2Bs with them. So raffle it off, with your registration slips you have from your lead boxes or however you want to do that. But have a fishbowl out to collect the names and numbers. And if you have other items, it doesn't have to be a product bundle, guys. It could be something that you have put together collectively from all of your business partnerships. They all gave you a bunch of different vouchers and free dinners or free product samples for whatever they're selling, and put it in one huge, Planet Beach, with a 1-month membership or a 6-month membership as well, with a value dollar amount saying enter to win, or maybe it's a cash prize drawing, whatever the case might be. Do what you feel is best based on your areas and what the demand is in your areas, and then just be creative with it. Drop it off today. Do it by today. Your deadline on doing this kind of stuff has to be like no later than this afternoon kind of thing. We want the more and the earlier we get out there, and the longer that they're out there, the longer you have for an opportunity to get names and numbers outside of your 4 walls. So always remember, when you're reaching out to these people every couple of hours, when you're going in and collecting these entries, you always, always, always duplicate your efforts by asking who they'd like to bring in with you to receive these saved spa treatments whenever they come in. Just for showing up, you'll give them an additional free gift, an eye mask, a lip balm, whatever the case might be. But remember to hit up all areas of incentivizing them to get excited and be excited about coming in. Obviously, contact all your B2Bs and ask their employees. Other than just asking if they want to showcase times, ask the employees, hey, okay, so how many people are over there? Okay, so I can accommodate you and one other person at this time, or 2 other people at this time. Who's the name of the people you'd like to come in with? It's just a random appreciation we would like to show to you. We'd like to invite you personally. So the employees of the B2Bs that you have, get them to give you names and numbers. That's always something we forget about doing as well. Get your team to post the Google form, the link to their social medias, by something personable, not too professional, not too catchy. You don't want to seem too gimmicky whenever you're telling your employees to say, hey, post this to your Facebook pages. Have them do something loose and airy, kind of like, hey, guys, message me with your phone number if you want to get a week unlimited spa membership to redeem and come pick up on Thursday. Is the pickup for it? You get a free gift. Message me your number. I'll pick up the phone. I'll give you a call, let you know what times that we'll be available. Whatever, make it seem like a personable outreach, so there's more likely a chance for them to get more responses for it. And put the link there as well. If they want to just fill out their information, you could fill out the link or message me with your name, or with your number, and I'll give you a shout right afterwards. You obviously can't force your staff to do this, but incentivizing them is always a good thing. Whoever gets the most feedback, whoever has the most people who they book reds, whoever has the most show rate, whatever the case might be. But make sure that you promote all staffs, all social media posts, staff and spa, to share. Make it shareable, folks. That's huge. Share this with a friend for an additional incentive of additional $5 to $10 product credit, or maybe you'll BOGO a service for them by sharing this with a friend. Anybody comes in and says they saw it from your share, we'll match whatever you purchase for your next session, your next spray tan, your next UV session, your next hot box session, whatever the case might be. But incentivize your followers to share as well by giving them an additional gift for sharing, and heightening their chances of getting somebody to come in. That's going to help working for you. All right, so aside from your 50 reds, we talked about how you can allocate those in your stores, how you can get 50 reds for Thursday. Hopefully you got a lot of great information and ideas from that. Aside from that, don't forget about your quarterly campaign, folks. This is going to heighten and help increase your product sales generation for revenue on MAP this Thursday specifically, but use it all week long. This can help you. Every $50 they're spending, right, they're getting $10 off their next purchase. So use that to your advantage, because that's going to create even more excitement, especially with Mother's Day coming around the corner. You should be handing these out all the time after every $50 purchase. If you're not, and if you're not stapling to the back of the receipts and explaining it with handing them out, that's huge as well, so that there is no confusion. That has to be done also. 3, here's another idea. Your last chance, PB birthday promotions. Do you use that in your approaches and in your marketing campaigns and items and materials? Use this to generate more Memcash and EFT increased sales this entire week, not just for MAP, but mainly for MAP. Create urgency with a last chance or save big type of message or approach in all of your outreach and your contact and your approaches and your tell, show, do trainings and review with your team. Consider putting a limited quantity on how many vouchers and memberships left that you can sell of these. I only have 15 or a limited number. You don't have to put a specific number. Limited quantities of the 20 days left for $20. You can still snatch them up before they're all gone. I can only do, 10 more memberships for $20 enrollments. So act now, or, create that type of urgency and try using quantities versus dates, or offer ends at a specific date. Use more so quantities. That way you can try to hit them up differently. They might be a little bit, your consumers might be a little bit used to seeing, oh, these expiration dates always happen here, but I could still show up next week and they'll still sell it to me, right? Because they usually do that. Switch it up. It's going to help you guys. So last chance, the PB birthday promotions. That's one of the things. And then we're excited to roll out what you probably saw last week, Mother's Day campaigning. Use all those materials sent out last week to aid in driving in some Memcash and buyback opportunities for May. Remember, planning ahead is key if you're trying to have a successful business, and we talked about that on the webinar this past Wednesday. If you haven't taken it, please go do so now. I did upload it into Orion under franchisee files in Spot Performance folder for you to go back and access. Very important. We got a lot of great feedback and a lot of really great replies to that webinar. So if you haven't done so, please do so already. But go print up all those Mother's Day items to use and make it a theme for this month's map. Make it sort of like a Mother's Appreciation Party, or Mothers of the Members Appreciation Party. Something cute, something creative, but make that your theme. Consider doing that, because you won't have one again until at the end of next month, and that's long after Mother's Day's over. Actually, next month you'd probably be more so inclined to do either a Memorial Day push, which we do have materials ready to go for you guys for, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. That's at the end of May, or Father's Day. So this specific map, make it fun, make it about your mothers, or the Mother's Day coming around, which is next week. People are starting their shopping for it. And that's why we had sent that out to you guys last week, so you could jump on that bandwagon. But consider offering them, your members, to play games and enter for prizes twice. Once for them, one for their mother. Maybe consider getting gifts for their mothers at discounted rates as well. So if they're buying something for themselves at MAP, hey, we want to offer and extend you to give that same offer. Maybe you want to do something like that for your mom. Throw this in with whatever you purchased for her for Mother's Day already. The member will be like, oh yeah, that's right, and spend even more money without even realizing that was all a part of your upselling opportunity. But they'll get that and use that and train your team into knowing to see those opportunities. Push the 3 services for $30. As you see on the mix and match, any 3 services voucher that you should be giving to people that purchase that deal for their mothers. It's regularly valued at $117. That always helps with sales. So be sure that you incorporate that when you're contacting and being proactive or even reactive about this specific special. If you're doing the receive a product bundle free idea with that we'd mentioned, similar to the holiday bundles, then that's a even better way to get more sales generated from this, because it's almost like buying 2 gifts in one, just like our holiday bundles were back in November and December. BOGO the $30 vouchers. That's something too I would do. I wouldn't do it for one. I would, just to build up more Memcash, I would say, listen, if you're just doing the 3 for $30 vouchers, you're not doing the product bundle with it as well, then that's going to be great for you to say, listen, people are usually buying 2 or 3 of these at a time. If you do 2 or 3, then you get 1 free. So it's really great to do for a mom, for a mother-in-law, for your godmother, grandmothers. house mothers or whatever of the different sororities, and I hate to even go there, but strip clubs too. Be creative as well and go a step further and consider what we like to say around here, the Eileens that run around our offices at corporate, fur baby mothers. There are a lot of girls out there that, like myself, I have a dog, and my mom always gets me something for Mother's Day, just because, and she always puts, from my dog's name, Drake, and, she'll be like, woof woof from Drake, and she'll get me something like a little trinket of some sort. So if you are a part of a Facebook group, now more so than ever, if search to become one. What are the different dog moms and dads Facebook groups that are in your area? Search it in Facebook and join the group and offer the admin, hey, thank you for accepting us. We're an animal friendly business, and we'd love to be, as a thank you for letting me in the group, I'd love to be able to give you guys $50 gift certificates. That is an artwork that we offered in the folder that many of you, I know you had confusion on why do we have $50 gift certificates and 3 services for $30, but the $50 gift certificates, just to clarify for Mother's Day, are specifically for marketing and lead generation. That is not like a revenue generator. That's just a $50 gift certificate that we have generic with a picture and verbiage about Mother's Day on it. So that's something that's really awesome that you can post to Facebook groups of fur babies, moms, or whatever, parents of, animals, and go a step further. Just moms groups in general is a good idea to join and offer and share, but always ask the administrator if you can do that first, because you don't want to get in trouble and get kicked out of the group and create a bad taste in their mouth of your business. So ask for permission from the admin, and by doing so, offer the admin something in return. By going a step further, I want to give you a 1 month to the spa, or if that's too much, a 1 week or 2 weeks unlimited spa membership to our spa. If you allow me to post this to all the members of the group, it's simply just like a, hey, I'm new to the group. I'm just trying to say hi, and as a thanks to all of you for welcoming me in with open arms, here's a $50 gift certificate to my place of work that we're able to hand out right now. Come get a day of spa, come enter to win fun prizes at our member appreciation. So you guys get the gist. But BOGO the $30 vouchers, but don't do it any more than, unless they get 2 or more, get 1 free. I'd even venture to say buy 3, get 2 free, because there's plenty of different types of mothers out there. Be creative with what they are and use that in your marketing collateral. So to kind of go a step further, to share some different tips and ideas for what to do for sales and lead generation for this week, consider offering mothers $5 enrollment. We already have the Planet Beach birthday special in place at $20. Ask them if they have moms, or if they are a mother. Do you have children? Because we're doing a specific thing for Mother's Day only on Member Appreciation Day, guys. Don't do this every single day this week, because that's going to take away from your $20 enrollment. Offer 50% off of paid in full packages to mothers, maybe. Even consider doing sessions that are shareable to share with your mom on Member Appreciation Day only. Now, the restriction is only with mom. You can't, say, well, here, get this, and you can give it to anybody. You have to get mom's name and information to plug into in there with her birthday, and create a profile at the point of sale whenever you are selling to a customer a 5 or a 10 sessions of UV or spray tan or spa service, whatever the case might be. When you're ringing them up, these are only shareable between you and your mom. So offer that maybe on map day only, as something to sort of be able to tell them that they can offer as an additional gift if they already did purchase a gift with you or somebody else for their mom. That could be something extra to add value, to create excitement among your customers. So don't just be reactive, right? Be what? Proactive. That's what top spas do. If you want to be a top spa, you got to be proactive. Don't wait for them to come in. Call, text, email, whatever you need to do. Hit the phones, hit the text messages, hit the emails, hit whatever you need to hit up by saying, hey, listen, we have 3 spa services for mom for just $30, valued at $117. Thought of you specifically. Let's go ahead and knock out not just you, but let's knock out for your kids' grandmothers, your kids' godmothers, maybe your kids' teachers. Maybe they want to do that. We did put coloring cards out there as well for you guys to go out and print up and hand out to all of the cards after you've customized it. So hopefully you took advantage of that as well. But hike up that mem cash by making those phone sales. One of the last things that I'll share with you guys before we let you go today is graduates. Let's not forget our graduates. In hindsight, look at the calendar. The next MAP party is at the very end of May, when it's most likely that every single graduation is almost pretty much in your area done. So let's take advantage of this member appreciation party to all of those people who know that they have a ton of people that they have to get gifts for. They have an announcement that they just got in the mail. I just got like 4 announcements in the mail, and I usually hate when I get that because it means I'm about to be out $400 or so. But we have specials in place and artwork that I'm excited to share with you guys with at this time. But we're going to offer something similar. Like, this is only a pre-sale opportunity to get at our MAP party this month, only this one day only, because we want to remain specific, you guys, to targeting our mothers this upcoming next 2 weeks until Mother's Day. So we don't want to veer off. We don't want to put too much out there. It's going to be confusing. It's going to be confusing for our staff. Not to mention it's diluting our our marketing and our target for specific campaigns when we have too much going on out there. So let's just keep in mind that Mother's Day needs to be our focus right now through the next 2 weeks, and make it about just that, so everybody is giving 100% to that and only that. But for Member Appreciation Day only, being vocal it will not be hurtful to what you're currently doing for Mother's Day marketing and campaigning, by asking, hey, do you have a graduate that you have to get for, is anybody graduating in May? For Member Appreciation, we're offering this one-time, one-day only pre-sale opportunity for you to purchase a $50 gift certificate. Now, this is not the marketing gift certificate. This is an actual gift certificate that they're giving you revenue for, that you would ring up in Spot Intel as a gift certificate. And then you would do the bonus as well, sort of following the Black Friday special, right? So for today only, for Member Appreciation Day only, any graduates that you have to get a gift for, or that you want to send a gift for everybody you purchase a $50 gift certificate for, we are going to match $25 to that. So it'd be valued at $75 if you spend $50, so you don't have to actually spend as much money. And who's graduating, guys? Millennials, girls, guys, everybody out there that's walking into, leaving out of the school world, walking into that, professional world. That's our, around our target audience. It's Eileen's little sisters and brothers, So keep that in mind, because that's a really great gift idea, is a gift of Planet Beach that you can eventually, not just from Mcash from App, guys, but eventually turn that into a buyback opportunity. Let them redeem it and let them use that for a day of spa, and then hit them up afterwards to buy it back. But we can get into that later. Like we just mentioned, offered as a pre-sale type of campaign, as this will be highlighted more so around the second week of May. After Mother's Day, we're going to put a heavy-duty, concentrated push on marketing the quote-unquote gift a grad idea up until Memorial Day marketing, which is around the 3rd week of May, that you'll see on your calendar. We'll be releasing that later on this week, by the way, so you will have all this information, and the folder is already put together in Orion. It's just not out there for you guys to see yet because it is not completed. But we are going to be utilizing our different artwork that we created for you guys specially, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it. You're going to love all the different campaigns we have set in place for you. But just a few management reminders, the same old, but if you're looking to get this on this call, pull your member follow-up, select the cancellation queue that has last service date of April 30th, and use MAP to tie it into getting them to want to either stay or to transfer it to somebody that you'll be offering something specific, but use that as your weapon when you're doing any outreach calls, texts, emails, whatever it is that you're doing to contact them. We need to buy those 20 days back, you guys. If you have a lot of those floating out there, like we mentioned at the beginning of the call, please, please, please close that out. Make sure they understand, create urgency. Maybe you want to tell these 20 days people, if you even want to go a step further, by saying Member Appreciation Day is the last day that we can buy back already used sessions that we want to give value to, right? So in our pitches, we were saying, listen, you used X amount of the 20 days that you purchased for $20, and I want to buy that back from you in full as if you never used those services. I'm going to go a step further. I want to hook you up and pretend like you never used it. That way I can take that full 20 and put it towards the $20 enrollment, right? Well, maybe you can do something, let's think outside of the box. After Member Appreciation Day specifically, yeah, we have a few days left of April, but after MAP Day, we can't buy back in full what you already used. So maybe use that in your approach and in your weapon as far as trying to get people to get on that long term, get them to commit, get them on the EFT monthly draft, right? So that way we're focusing and have some type of game plan in place for those specific customers on how they're going to play into what our entire Super Bowl goal game plan is for an increase for May. And this is very last, definitely not least, because you still have some time left, but don't forget, knock these little tedious, busy work task items out of the way, enter your May goals and your employee schedules into Spot Intel now for May, and just get it out of the way so that you're not worried about it later, because we got a lot more things to focus on this week. In case you didn't see this, here's what the marketing material looks like for your Mother's Day campaigning. Obviously, that voucher at the very bottom of the screen, the Mix and Match Any 3 services, is the actual certificate that you need to have printed up and brought and give to the customers buying this for their moms, because we don't want price points on it, and this is going to be what they actually get in hand whenever they give you $30. So that's what that is. The flyer at the top is more so something, or poster is something that you're going to have to use in your marketing within your spa or at your B2Bs. You can always put this in your business partnerships, in your VIP business partners locations and businesses as well. So don't forget to do that. You don't have to leave this in your four walls. Utilize your business partnerships to more than just map parties and email blasts. Also, if you were wondering what's this graduation stuff that I was just mentioning, you can access this for your member appreciation party day only, one day only pre-sale, because, right, we do not want to continue this kind of stuff while we're doing Mother's Day marketing, because that's going to be, that's something we want to put a lot of focus into, because if it were me and I'm still in the stores, these $30 vouchers are not what my goal is. Yeah, that's going to help me on member appreciation party this Thursday, but I'm trying to sell a ton of these because I want to buy back all these people, because my main goal is always and always will be and should have always been an EFT increase month over month before anything. So with that said, that's why we want to put that focus on the $30 sales versus the $50 sales, because we're looking for buybacks here, and we don't want the graduation thing to start off too early when there's not really a sense of urgency that much like there is for Mother's Day. Let's utilize and take advantage of those last minute shoppers who freak out and panic like myself, and let's try and get more velocity in sales versus the in this case, quantity over the quality, right? So let's put that in our notes of things to do. You can find this in Orion Documents, Advertising and Marketing. You can get it in the 2016 campaigns in the April folder and May folder. So without further ado, I do apologize for being lengthy, but I hope you got a ton of different ideas. I hope you got the motivation that you need. And I'm going to wrap this up with another motivational quote to help you guys and really hanging up this phone and getting started on your to-dos and in your tasks. I found this is another similar quote that I got from the same website online. No man can become rich without himself enriching others. What does this mean? You will not be able to get your store performing the way that you want it to without the handful of spa consultants, room attendants, bed cleaners, phone consultants, receptionists, whatever you want to call them, spa ops clerks. Your success lies within their hands. So you won't be successful without enriching them with everything as far as leadership, as far as the rah-rahs, as far as the rewarding and recognizing the positives and not just pointing out the negatives. You always want to give them stuff to do that's going to help them. Don't just give them task items to accomplish. The things that they need to do in order to accomplish those task items, those are what makes you enrich them. That is enriching your entire team that surrounds you, that will in turn make you rich, right? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind for whenever you're going to implement and attack and hit up this to-do list that you put together after this call. And always, 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 always remember, guys, if you need help game planning, don't just wing it. Contact us in Spot Performance. Send us an email. If you know your consultant's name, hey, email us directly or text us if you have our number. But we're more than happy to help implement and help you come up with a game plan idea. But without the idea and the strategy and the right leadership in place, all of it is dead. So don't even worry about getting started unless the foundation is actually in place and strong enough to withhold the structure of the frame and what you're trying to do. So you guys rock. Thank you so much for hanging in there. Have a wonderful week. Happy Member Appreciation Party. week. And also, don't forget to post pictures. We want to see pictures of your members, of who's your grand prize winners. What are your themes? We want to see what you guys are doing out there. Share ideas. Ask questions on the Facebook group if you don't know where to start. If you're a new spa director, if you're a new franchisee, if you want ideas yourself, use the Facebook post. But I just wanted to remind you guys of that, to definitely post what you guys have, your themes, and all of the other things going on in there. And as usual, we're going to have our hourly updates on the Map Day leaders, which is always exciting to see you guys get in the competitive spirit. So now I'm really going to let you guys go. You're awesome. So don't forget to be